Good afternoon. I'm Dr. Ruiz and I represent the 36th District in Southern California. I'm an emergency medicine physician, public health expert, and more importantly, under these circumstances, a father of beautiful 3-year-old toddler twins. And today we're here to talk about the tragic human health toll caused by the administration's cruel and inhumane new zero tolerance, also known as the zero humanity policy. As healthcare and public health providers, we have a moral obligation to talk about the long-term irreversible harm of depriving toddlers and infants and young children of the comforting embrace of their mothers and fathers. Standing with me today are public health experts, psychologists, nurses, and other frontline health providers who know just how traumatizing this experience is for these children. I'm also honored to be joined by other members of Congress like Whip Hoyer and soon to arrive Leader Pelosi. Thank you for their time and their voice and leadership in this manner. And also Representative Bernice Johnson, who's here with us. The Trump administration has separated more than 2,000 children from their parents, including inflicting toxic stress and irreversible psychological trauma on these children. Toxic stress occurs when a child experiences strong, repetitive, or prolonged adversity without the adequate adult support to help them cope. It can disrupt their brain's development at a critical time, which increases their future risk of so many emotional and physical health problems like heart disease, diabetes, depression. These children will have a difficult time learning, meaning that they will have a higher risk of dropping out of school. They will have severe separation anxiety, sometimes to a point where they won't be able to function. They will not be able to interpret what love is or accept the love that people give them, meaning that they will have a very difficult time sustaining supportive, emotional, normal, caring, stable relationships in their own future. They will have a higher risk of falling into depression. They will have a higher risk of substance abuse, diabetes, and heart disease. And the longer that they remain separated, the more severe and long-lasting these negative health consequences will be. So just imagine it is your child. Children sitting on the floor crying uncontrollably for you, and you're not there to comfort them. You're miles away and don't even know where your child is being detained. It's heartbreaking. It truly is. But the cure for toxic stress is, and also the cure for our humanity, our nation's humanity, is very simple. We must immediately reunite parents with their children so they can coddle them, so they can comfort them, so that the children can have a stable, loving environment and relationship with an adult who loves them, who cares for them. Although some of this injury is irreversible, we can reduce the intensity of the symptoms if we do that immediately. Yesterday, President Trump admitted that it was his new policies that were separating children from their families. But it does not reunite the over 2,000 children that are already suffering and will continue to suffering. And it also seeks to indefinitely detain children in indecent conditions and repeal legal protections for detained children. Indefinite or prolonged incarceration in cage-like structures also inflicts psychological trauma and harm with or without their families. Under the President's executive order, there is no plan to reunite families, and parents instead must somehow find their children while themselves being detained. And so I call on President Trump to immediately end his zero humanity policy, reunite children with their parents, and get them the medical, mental health, and social services they need to recover from the severe psychological trauma caused by his reprehensible action. No matter your political affiliation or your opinion on immigration policy, we can all agree that the well-being of a child is what is most important here. This isn't about politics. This is about decency. It's about children. Let's practice our humanity, reunite these families, provide children with the emotional support they need, and prevent this from ever happening again. Kids need a stable, loving environment and their parents' arms to comfort them.